Hi Sandara Nails fans! Today we're going to be showing you how to do the gel method. If you want to watch how to remove it, that will be linked below. All the products used will also be linked below, and you can buy the colors from sandaranails.com. Alright, let's get into the video. Once you've removed all the previous nail product, we're going to start the prep. Prep is the most important part. So have your client wash their hands, get everything off, as you can see, nice and clean. So we're gonna go ahead and use this cuticle remover. Just pick this up at Sally's, and this stuff works amazingly. Let's go ahead and take a little bit, just apply a little bit to the cuticle, and go ahead and rub it in, a little bit around the cuticle pusher, and go ahead and push those cuticles back as much as you can. So once you've pushed back that cuticle, go in with this drill bit. I just like to start with this one and just clean up a little bit. We're gonna go in with this very gently. And just and once you've done drilling, go ahead in with some cuticle cutters and cut anything that you need to cut. Start tips on this. So just find a size that fits the finger. That one fits, so we're gonna put that one right there. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and trim her nails. If you trim your nails, the tips will last much longer. Just trim them down. Once you've trimmed all your nails and you found the correct tip, file a little bit, scuff it up, and then take some of your nail glue. And then just put a little at the tip. You can put a little on the tip if you want. Let it get a little tacky and stick it on there. Hold for just a little bit and it should be good. We're gonna cut them to the desired length. These work really good to cut tips. So just cut a little longer than you think you need, and then so once you've trimmed all your nails to the desired length, you're just filing the shininess off. So once you've taken the shininess off of every tip and nail, go ahead and just shape. These are kind of pre-shaped into a coffin, so there shouldn't be too much shaping, but sometimes there's just a little extra cleanup. Then take some gel primer. Remember, we're showing you the gel method. So all you need this is for your natural nail. You don't need to apply it to your tip, so just get it all there. And go ahead and do that to your entire hand. Go ahead and show you guys how to do an apex build. It's gonna create a very smooth, no bumpy nail and make it not flat because you want a little shape to your nail. So go ahead and take base coat, gel base coat, and just apply a little, just a tiny bit on the natural nail, and then bring it down on the tip. And then you're going to take your clear powder, your base, and just take a little and pour it over. When you're doing the gel method, you want to do pouring rather than dipping. It just creates a lump-free pour. And that's all. Go ahead and put it in the UV light. For your second coat of clear, you want to do the entire nail, just don't go quite up to the cuticle or over your clear. Tap, tap, tap. And do that with the rest of your fingers. And you're done. Go ahead and put it in the UV light for 60 seconds. Now we're going to go ahead and start the color. My lovely client here chose one of our favorites, limited edition, Vampirina. It's got these super adorable bats that are just perfect for Halloween. So we're going to go ahead and take some base coat. And for chunkier glitters, or in this case, bats, you want a nice thick layer of gel. Because you don't want to have to do too many coats of this, otherwise they'll just overlap and look a little messy. And go ahead and have your client roll. So with chunkier glitters, you want to do the roll method, which he'll demonstrate for you. All right, perfect. And there you go, you get a few bats. You might have to do it 2 times to get your preferred amount of bats, or you can just take a little glob of it and place the bats where you would like them. My preferred method is to actually use these. I just think they pick up super nice. And yes, you can move them around wherever. That's what's awesome about the gel method, is it doesn't dry until you use the UV light. The key to chunky glitters or little bats is to encapsulate them. So we're going to go in and show you how to do that. Very gently brush off that clear powder. You don't want that in your way when you're trying to make a beautiful mani. Look at how cute. All right, so again with the base coat, by now, hopefully you know, you want a nice thick layer for this too, because you want to prevent any lumpiness. And just pour it over. Have your client twist, just so you can make sure to get every part. And there you go. Go ahead and put that in the UV light for 60 seconds. He chose, again, one of my favorite colors, Cheshire, a beautiful purple with some black glitter. So we're gonna go ahead and again with the roll method, because this is a chunkier glitter, nice thick layer. Don't need it too thick, but enough so it'll stick. And have your client roll her nail. Perfect. And then do any other fingers and put the hand in the UV light for 60 seconds. Tip of the day is, for a little bit easier cleanup at the end, is to just file away any little glitters, if you're doing a chunky glitter, on the edges. This just makes cleanup a tad bit easier at the end. And then we're gonna go ahead and do a second coat, again with the roll. Again, you need quite a bit of liquid for this. Perfect, look at that. Once your second coat is all cured, you can do that filing again. Perfect. And make sure you get all the edges. You want to encapsulate everything. And a tip, if you're working with glitter or anything that's really strongly pigmented, is to wipe off your brush every time. That just prevents any crossing of colors or contaminating your liquids. All right, and then go ahead and put that in the UV light for 60 seconds. It's out of the curing process. You can go ahead and file it to become smooth. Handheld files actually work super good for this. It covers lots of surface area and really creates the smoothest nail. An e-file, you can kind of get ahead of yourself almost, and it creates like divots and stuff in the nail. All right. Made the nail as smooth as you can get a chunky glitter. You're going to go ahead and buff it. Buffing is just kind of the final step before clear. Evens out any of those last little imperfections. And yeah, keep doing that until it's as smooth as you think. Now time for some real color. We're going to be demonstrating the dip tray. You're going to take your color. She's using Halloween Night, which is just a simple black with a hint of glitter. You don't need that much. Set that to the side and grab your client and you go ahead and paint it. The trick to actual color is thin coats. And black is a super tricky color. It's harder to cure in the UV lamp, and it's just tricky. So you want to cure it for a bit longer. So you're going to take the pouring part that has the powder in it. There's a second one at the bottom that will collect it. Go ahead and place your client's nail straight over it, like this. Pour. Pour, pour, pour. Turn your clients. You want to make sure you cover the entire nail. Put that back in there and tap, tap, tap. And then remember, put your client's hand in the UV lamp for a little over 60 seconds. 90 seconds is good, just enough for this to really, really cure. Time for a second coat. Again, take your base, not too thick. Make sure you cover the whole nail. And over. These work wonderfully. If you've ever done this before and just used like a cupcake liner or something like that, this is a game changer. Tap, tap, tap. Do it on any other hand, any other fingers. And then again, a little longer than 60 seconds in the UV lamp, just because black is a tricky color. Okay, so with black, it's stained, so you want to make sure to brush it off every time. That's kind of a key step. And we're going to go ahead in with a top coat. Super pretty. And then we will file them. If there's any shaping that's needed, you can just go ahead and shape. You can use an electric drill, anything that you think would work. And then once you're done with that, you go ahead and buff, 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 buff every nail. And pretty soon, we're ready for my favorite part, the clear coat. We're gonna go in with a top coat. So a few things to know about top coats. Oh, look how pretty that is. There's a few choices. You can do a no wipe, or a wipe top coat. It's really a preference. If you like the no wipe, then you don't have to worry about wiping it. You can see, maybe you can see, there's just a hint of sparkle. It's like trying to look at the city. I mean, the stars in the city. Such a gorgeous color. Halloween Night is the ultimate perfect name. And look at that. The final mani. Perfect for any Halloween night.